Thank you. Okay, we are talking about back to school already. Can you believe it? With us this morning is our tech expert, Dave Hatter, with some tips and tricks to have a successful school year. Good morning.
Good morning, Jessica.
Thank you so much for being on here. Can't believe we're talking about this, but I think it's a must.
I can't either. It's amazing that it's back to school time.
I know.
It's crazy.
The thing is, times are changing. So nowadays, everything is so digital. What are some good tips and tricks to make kids, make it easier for them this year?
Well, that's one of the things I think it's tough for parents because, like, when I was in school, we didn't have all this technology. You didn't have to worry about it. And whether it's school-related or business-related, this stuff changes so fast. So there's a lot of things to know. The good news, I think, though, is there's never been more opportunities for students to learn. And whether it's technology at school or things you might buy at home or some combination of both, you can buy a tablet for next to nothing now, get online. They're very cheap. You can get iPads or you can get like a Chromebook notebook type computer. They're relatively inexpensive. There's all kinds of great stuff out there and great sites that you can go to learn about a topic that maybe you need some help with. You can find tutors. It's never been easier to learn if you want to learn.
Let's talk about those tech goodies you're talking about here, like a laptop lock. That's something that's interesting. What will that do and how will that help?
Well, think about it from like a bike lock perspective. You invest a lot of money in your kid's laptop, let's say, and it's relative because they're relatively cheap now, but still if you spend several $100 on something, you don't want to have it stolen. So
especially if you give it to your kid.
Yeah, well, and they're probably not going to pay as much attention.
Right.
So a laptop lock gives you the capability. It's kind of like a wire cable. It hooks into a special place on the notebook or laptop, and then you can basically chain it to something like a desk or a table or whatever, so that if you are going to be away from it from a short period of time, it's not going to just get up and walk off on you.
That's a good one.
Now it could get cut. It's not foolproof, but it does give you some extra assurance that you're not going to lose your equipment.
Any extra assurance, I think, is good. Let's pop up that list one more time, because something on there that I thought was interesting was the external hard drive. That's important. You don't want to lose your memory.
It is.
You do.
I think it's way more important than most people give it credit for. Also, whether it's your child or for home, let's say you've got a lot of photos or you're doing a lot of schoolwork, you don't want to lose that work. An external drive gives you the capability to make a backup copy of it very inexpensively, and they've never been easier to use. Most of them come with one-touch software. You plug the thing in, you hit a button, it backs your stuff up. So if something does go wrong with the computer, they're not foolproof, it gets stolen or whatever, you've got an extra copy of that data somewhere. So yeah, great investment, relatively inexpensive, and very easy to use now.
I love that. You also talked about websites that are super helpful. This is interesting because nowadays everything is online. You have so much information out there. What are some good sites that kids could go to maybe get help with tutoring or anything like that?
Well, there's one in particular that I'm particularly fond of, and there's a whole bunch out there, but a lot of folks have heard of Khan Academy before. It's become pretty famous. Virtually anything you could possibly want to learn, you can go to Khan Academy and learn. It's not just geared to students. I mean, just again, pick any topic. They've probably got videos on it. It's free. It's very easy to use. The quality of the content is really good. There's other sites like Udemy. There's more tech-oriented sites like Plural Sites. So if you want to learn a particular topic, if you just Google something like online learning or online tutoring, you'll find all kinds of resources.
I wish I had that when I was in school.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Okay, a website about plagiarism. This is important.
Yeah, I think this is a good one too because it's never been easier to plagiarize if you want to. You go out, you look stuff up, you even use the kind of sites we're talking about here, and you find information. Well, if you don't really understand what plagiarism is, it's not hard to copy and paste stuff in. There are various websites out there. There's a bunch of them. You can just Google like, plagiarism or help me not plagiarize. And you'll find all kinds of sites where you can literally paste your content in and it will tell you what the factors are for how much you've plagiarized.
That is super resourceful.
And believe me, teachers use this kind of thing all the time. And there's software specifically made for educators where you can just plug stuff in and it will tell you if it's been plagiarized. And it goes out and scours the web. So it's good to have a tool like that to make sure that you're not going to be accused of plagiarism.
This is really good tools. Dave, thank you so much for coming in. And really important because things are always changing when it comes to kids and their digital use for school.
Sadly, it just changes faster and faster. And as a parent myself, it's hard to keep up with all this stuff.
Well, there you go. You help some people out. We're going to put all that information, by the way, on our website at fox19now.com. All right, take a look at this.